Oh, Master? Were you talking to me? Yeah, sorry, I was just lost in my thoughts, I guess. I was thinking about the first time we met. When I was a Ralts. Oh, it's been many years since then, hasn't it? Those were the days, though. I was small enough you could lift me up, put me on your shoulder. I could hardly see over my hair back then. The world looked so much bigger. Do you remember where we were when we first met? Yeah, it's hard for me to forget. I guess I think about it a lot. Down by the pier of Slateport. Being handed off to a stranger. Not knowing that they were going to become the most important person in my life. I don't know what I would have done if it hadn't been you that day, you know? We were both young, and growing up together, well, it's been the most special part of my life. Getting to see the region with you. Getting to share your perspective, to grow through battles, to evolve. It's been magical. Do you remember when we went to Moss Deep City? That's a gorgeous, gorgeous place. I love being just by the sea. With you, I felt like I was on top of the world. And I felt like we were safer there. And you know my priority has always been your safety. Now, I know I can get a little bit defensive and maybe even jealous, I'll admit it. But I pride myself on keeping you very, very safe. There's no greater honor for a Pokemon than to protect their trainer. Especially for a gardevoir like me. I know you and I have been traveling the region for some time, and I honestly can't imagine stopping. But at the same time, with all of the wonderful places we've seen, do you think there's some place you'd like to settle? Live the rest of our days at? I make it sound like you're nearing retirement, like you're an old man. Truly, I just mean, when you want to relax, and have a place that you can really call home. Feels like it's been ages since we left Slateport. Maybe it's time for a rest, you know? There are a lot of places that I remember more than others. Besides Moss Deep, I mean. Fortree City, I think. You and I both marveled at. The homes up in the trees. Isn't that just fantastic? It's so pretty there, and you're always surrounded by nature. And it's quiet. That's one of the best parts about Hoenn, I think. It's just such a quiet place to live. There's so much life, and yet it's so peaceful. Well, I mean, outside of Mauville City, of course. Though, Mauville was nice too, wasn't it? It's so hard to think of one place that I'd be able to call home. With all of the beautiful places around the region. Lava Ridge Town by the hot springs. I feel like that would be a nice place for us to go. Then we would be very relaxed, I'm sure. And I think the extra protection of having the mountains would make me feel safer. Or, rather, would make me feel that you were safer. And the same kind of goes for Pseudopolis, being in that crater. Now that's a marvelous city. Has a rich history, too. You can feel it when you walk on the ground. It's so hard for me to choose one place, if I had to. In fact, I don't think I'd ever be able to. The truth is, anywhere that you're settled, that we're together, that's what feels like home to me. Really? You feel the same? Well, I guess I'm glad to hear that. After all these years, you never caught a Pokemon that you've loved more than me, or, well, that you've used more than me in battle. I like to think that you trust me more than the others that you've found along your journeys. Like, Linoon's good. Has always been helpful when it comes to traversing the region, and the same goes for Swallow. But none of them fight like I do. Well, maybe I'm being a bit pretentious now, but I pride myself, like I said, on how safe I can keep you. So all these years it's been my goal to just keep getting stronger, so that you'll always be able to rely on me, the way I rely on you. Not that you have to worry about fulfilling any expectations of mine. It's just everything that you do for me. The way you care for me, feed me, the way you brush and pet my hair, the way you've helped me just grow and become the best version of myself possible. I know that neither of us are very old by the standards of our species, both young adults at most, but it feels like we've been together for a lifetime. Like we've seen everything. And yet, there's so many more adventures for us to have, aren't there? Sure, we've seen Hoenn, but there are many, many other regions that we could explore, aren't there? But I don't want to put you in harm's way by demanding that we adventure elsewhere. But I also don't want you to feel like you're confined to one place because I want to protect you. It's so difficult to love someone so much. All I want is for you to be safe and for you to be happy. And I know these aren't my decisions to make, obviously, but I want you to know that no matter what, I will be next to you. I'll help you with anything. Taking care of you is my life's duty, and I'm more than happy to do it. Anything that you ask of me, I will do. I promise.